and welcome to Baking with Sky, where we bake things. So today we are making my favorite baking recipe, chocolate chip cookies. A few years ago, I found the perfect recipe on designmom.com. The woman who runs Design Mom, Gabby, basically runs down all the different ingredients in a chocolate chip cookie and what they do. So if you're looking for the perfect chocolate chip cookie, whether you like it crispy or crunchy or sweet or whatever you like, you should definitely check out her website, which I have linked in the down bar below. However, my favorite chocolate chip cookie is also her favorite chocolate chip cookie. It's a perfect cookie that is crispy on the outside and chewy on the inside. And that is what we are going to make now today. So you may have noticed things look a little bit different today. I am in Texas at two of my best friends' house in their kitchen, making them chocolate chip cookies. And I am making a half recipe. And so some of the measurements are a little bit different. So when you're making cookies, you have to separate your wet and your dry ingredients. So we're gonna start with the dry ones because there are less of them. You will need 1 cup and 6 tablespoons of flour. I know it's a really weird measurement, but basically it's because I halved it. And then the only other thing you're gonna need is a half a teaspoon of baking soda and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, which I have conveniently added together here. And you can just add your baking soda and salt straight into your flour. I basically just mix them together and then I set that aside. So the wet ingredients, you are going to need 1 cup of butter softened. And I learned that it's better not to soften in the microwave because then it becomes different amounts of salt. So I've actually just left my butter out for an hour. 1 egg, also at room temperature. 3/4 cup of brown sugar. 1/2 cup of white sugar, then 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and finally your chocolate chips. So you need 1 cup of chocolate chips. I used 1/2 cup of bittersweet chocolate chips and 1/2 cup of butterscotch because I was instructed to utilize those. So now let's get to combining our wet ingredients. So you want to start with your softened butter in a bowl, and I'm just going to mush it up with my fork. After you've mixed up your butter a little bit, you want to add the brown sugar. And you want to mix the brown sugar into the butter well. Once your brown sugar is well combined into the butter, you can add your white sugar. Pour it right in and mix together. Once your brown and white sugar are well combined into the bowl, you can add your egg. Oops, there's a shell. Finally, you want to add your vanilla extract right in. Now you are going to have a very wet and soppy mixture. That is when you can grab your dry ingredients. You want to add these in either a half at a time or a third at a time because you don't want it to get all over your clothes. So today, because I'm using a bigger bowl, I'm going to add in a half at a time. Once half your flour is pretty well combined, you can grab the other half and pour it right in. Once your dry and your wet ingredients are well combined, your batter should look something like this. Cookie dough is the best. So now we are going to add in our chocolate chips, or in my case, chocolate and butterscotch chips. For the next step, you will need a cookie sheet. We are doing it old school today, so I'm just gonna grab a big spoon, an amount of cookie dough, and stick it on the best that I can. So once you have your cookies perfectly portioned onto your baking sheet, they can go into a 350-degree oven, which you should have preheated at the beginning. Totally forgot to mention that. So I'm going to stick my cookies into the oven for 10 to 12 minutes. So now that our cookies are baking in the oven, what should we do to kill the next 10 to 11 minutes while we wait for them? I can come over to the sink and wash all of the dishes that I have made. Or you can play with your friend's cat that really doesn't want you to be holding it right now. Say hello, Romeo. Say bye-bye, Romeo. Or we could talk about some fun chocolate chip cookie facts. So I found 5 very interesting chocolate chip cookie facts on epicurious.com. Did you know that the chocolate chip cookie was actually created by accident? So basically what happened was Ruth Wakefield, the owner of Toll House Inn, thought that if she added some broken up pieces of chocolate into her cookie batter, they would melt and make chocolate cookies. But instead, the chocolate chip cookie was born. And when she first published the recipe, she called them butter drop dough cookies. Then in her first cookbook, she called them chocolate crunch cookies. The first chocolate chip cookie was only the size of a quarter. Fact number 4 is that the world's biggest chocolate chip cookie weighed 40,000 pounds and had a diameter of 101 feet. That is a very big cookie. I want some of that cookie. And number 5, the chocolate chip cookie is America's favorite cookie. And I definitely know why.
A few moments later.
And our chocolate chip cookies are done. You want to very carefully take them out of the oven and they should look something like this. Now you have to let them cool. Since we have an extra minute or two, I thought I would share 2 more chocolate chip cookie facts for you. Did you know that the whole reason that chocolate chips exist is just for chocolate chip cookies? Finally, we all know that old adage that if you have something baking in the oven, people are more invited in. Well, apparently it's actually straight off the bag of tricks of a lot of real estate agents. They like to have cookies baking or just baked when people are looking at houses because they think it makes them more likely to buy them.
C is for cookie, that's good enough for me.
10 seconds later.
When it's all done, you have the most delicious, perfect chocolate chip cookie, in my opinion. Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. So, if you enjoy chocolate chip cookies, please give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below and let me know what are some of your favorite chocolate chip cookies. Also leave me a comment and let me know what else you like to bake. I'm always looking for new recipes. I love a good sweet treat. And as always, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like it, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks for everything, guys, and I'll see you next time.
Gym class heroes can dream. It's hard to look innocent when I got cookie crumbs all over my face and shit. Yeah. I like gold.